What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. And man, am I freaking excited! Man, I am so happy that this comic is finally here. You guys know how much I love the Sabretooth comics, Sabretooth and the Exiles, all of that just freaking awesomeness. And I have been waiting for the Sabretooth War to finally reach us. The day has finally come. Now, if you didn't check out Sabretooth and the Exiles, I highly recommend that you check it out before you get into the Sabretooth War. I got a playlist set up for it already. You can check it out, but Sabretooth pretty much took over an Orca's station. More than that, he has access to a lot of variants of himself. So Sabretooth has created an army of Sabretooths. And across the multiverse, there are Sabretooth with very, very unique abilities. Now that he has amassed his army, he is taking the fight to Krakoa itself, for putting him in the pit, for punishing him. But more than anything, it's Wolverine's birthday, so Sabretooth is going to pay the runt a little visit. For those of you wondering, this takes place after X-Force issue 50 and before the fall of the House of X and rise of the Powers of X. Make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we jump in and we are at Orca Station 5, under command of Sabretooth. We pick up with a bloody fight already ensuing. We have Wolverine that is charging a Sabretooth. Sabretooth is currently ripping apart Cyclops' face. With Wolverine jumping at him, Sabretooth turns around and grabs him by the throat. This Sabretooth that is currently winning is our Sabretooth from Earth 616. He's the top dog around here. The Wolverine that just jumped at him is in fact a Sabretooth from Earth 3341. Codename Camo. It appears that he can take on the disguise of an individual, even down to their very scent. Sabretooth says that he smells exactly like Wolverine. Sabretooth has yet to fully understand how he's doing this. Maybe he's just a mimic. Maybe he's rewiring Sabretooth's mind. As this fight unfolds, we see the other Sabretooths that he has here with him. One from Earth 203, codename Cap. One from Earth 1912, aka Savage. And then Sabretooth from Earth 12, known as Pretty Boy. They yell at Creed, letting him know that they are ready. They are ready to do this fight. Of course, being the top dog, being like a wolf pack, he says that they are ready when he says they're ready. And then he says that they're ready. So as they prepare to make their assault, we pick up at the North Pole. And up here, we have Kid Omega, who is keeping eyes on the sky. The X-Force base here, and we have Black Tom communicating with him. Black Tom is able to sense that mutants are dancing across the sand on Krakoa, that it's not a safe place for them to be, saying that he's gonna ring Logan. Kid Omega says that I got this. And Black Tom really does try to advise him against this, that his mind may be as powerful as they come, but that place is surrounded by Stark Sentinels. And Logan may not show it, but he sees you as one of his cubs. Before Black Tom can put up any more of an argument, Kid Omega takes off and says not to tell him. This is where we have Sabretooth on Station 5 as they approach Krakoa. They are about to make their invasion, but they quickly see that the island is deserted. It is surrounded, but they're not sure what's going on. So as they go in cloaked, they get down to the island. They begin to look around, they go to the quiet council chamber, and they see that something has happened here. Somebody has cheated Sabretooth out of his war. Sensing that a mutant is coming in, Victor Creed says that they can't kill all the mutants. They're gonna kill at least one. This is when in the sky we have Kid Omega coming in and he starts knocking some Sentinel heads. He quickly sees that they have a counter to Kid Omega, one that makes it to where he can't think straight. A psionic scrambler, if you will. But when Kid Omega looks down on the beach, what he sees is Wolverine. Wolverine screaming to get me out of here. But as Kid Omega gets closer, as he lands on the ground and observes, he quickly sees that this is in fact not Wolverine. Before Kid Omega can do anything, the Sabretooth leaps at him. He drives his claws right into the throat of Kid Omega. This is where we see the Sabretooths beginning to rip Kid Omega apart, pulling his guts out and eating him alive. The headless drones of Sabretooth in the background cheering all of it on. Kid Omega is dead. Taking us back to the North Pole, we have Fang standing guard outside. While he stands here, we have the arrival of Wolverine with a caribou carcass, with Wolverine sneaking up on Fang saying, "I could have killed you right where you stood." Fang tells him to settle down because nobody is really looking for them up here. Wolverine reminds him not to think this way, that complacency is going to get you killed up here. He also tells him that he just doesn't want anything to happen to his boy. Fang sees that Wolverine's getting a little bit sentimental, especially with extinction currently on the horizon. But even now, Fang will take it. Wolverine goes inside to make his rounds. We see this facility has really become the X-Force base, one of the last safe havens on Earth. He thinks back on Krakoa. He thinks back on Victor Creed being thrown into the pit. For the first time in his life, he hasn't had to look over his shoulder and wait for Creed to make some kind of attack to wreak havoc in his life. But with the fall of X, they say that Creed is still in the pit. Wolverine isn't so sure. Checking in to see if they have heard from Quentin. There has been no response from Kid Omega, but this is not unusual for Kid Omega to go radio silent. Out in that blinding snow, Creed and his army of Sabretooths are on the march. They make their way through here and they quickly see signs of Krakoa. Knowing that they are on the right path, we see them raise up a type of lantern, and a pink beam is shot across the snow. Both Black Tom and Sage feeling this. Wolverine currently talking with Laura. Wolverine is coming here letting her know that she really did save his butt a lot of times. That if something happens to him, it's gotta be her. It has to be you who takes my place. But you have to do it better than I ever could. She tells him that he's being weird, but she also reaches to grab a present that she had bought for him. Turning around, Wolverine is already gone. This is what takes us outside. Fang currently opening up that caribou and skinning it up. Having a conversation. They talk about Krakoa. He talks about his relationship with Logan. He's talking about how right now, they really do both need each other. Not just the two of them either. All of them need one another. But the man he is talking to, we see his chest ripped open. Sabretooth's claws coming through his stomach, and Sabretooth rips him in half. With Sabretooth lunging at Fang. The two of them brawl. Blood is spewed in all directions. And when Wolverine comes out, he goes looking for Fang and sees no sign of him at first. But as he gets closer to the fire, Wolverine drops down to his knees. Fang's body parts along with the others, they were chopped up into pieces, and he used their body parts to write out "Happy Birthday" to Wolverine. And that is where this issue will end. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Obviously, I freaking love it. It is so brutal, it is so violent, it is so freaking savage. This story is going to span 10 issues. From issue 41 to issue 50. This will also be releasing 2 times a month. So we're gonna get 2 comics from the Sabretooth War every single month. And I'm so excited for it. I have been waiting for all of this to go down. Sabretooth is nothing more than destruction, than chaos. An absolute murdering machine. That's why they threw him in the pit to begin with. The idea of Krakoa sounds nice. On the surface, it's beautiful, but giving everybody amnesty may not have been the best course of action. Forgiving everybody's sins may not have been the best idea. We have seen how it has backfired against them. Individuals like Sinister completely screwing everybody over. Sabretooth just being absolutely diabolical. Being thrown into the pit, escaping the pit, and then finding other variants of himself, creating a freaking Sabretooth army. Had it not been for Orcus already attacking, Sabretooth would have pillaged and burned Krakoa down to the ground. All of this time, they had been training against other variants, other Dimensions X-Men teams. That's why we saw him ripping apart Cyclops. That was a Cyclops from another dimension. This was all just training and sparring. Sabretooth and the others preparing for the true battle of killing all mutants on Krakoa. They would have caught Krakoa off guard. They may not have won the war depending on who was on the island at the time, but man, would they have caused carnage. But now that he can't have Krakoa and kill all mutants, he is now focused on Wolverine. And this being Wolverine's birthday, he has come to say happy birthday. With Fang dead, with Kid Omega dead, resurrection off the table, Wolverine is about to see red. Wolverine is about to become the Berserker. Wolverine is about to destroy Sabretooth. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on the Sabretooth War, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's gonna get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content we have coming out, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.